So my 6 takeaways, my 6 tips is, first of all, we spoke about it, positive self-talk. I mentioned last week, it's normal to have negative feelings, but there is no point adding negative thoughts onto negative feelings. Add positive thoughts onto negative feelings. It's easier said than done, I know, but it takes practice. So positive self-talk is a form of self-love. When you find yourself not talking kindly to yourself, catch yourself, become aware and change the language. What helps for me a lot is I love to give love to others. If there's something I feel of love, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. You know, sometimes people hold back on even saying nice things to people. They don't want to seem like, oh, too much, I'm saying the most or whatever. Say it, give that compliment, share that love. It feels good. And once you give the love, it's if you find it feels nice to give it, then it will feel nice giving it back to yourself. So try that. Give love. Give it abundantly. Give it so big. Don't be afraid of it being too much. Do you know what I mean? If even with your friends, if you tell them you love them, tell them they look great, tell them mean it. I mean, I'm a big believer on don't just say it for the sake of it. Mean it when you say it. But just say, even the people that you're used to seeing every day and we take them for granted. Imagine if we were to lose them tomorrow, we would want to tell them all these things. The nicest things people say about people, I have found, is at a funeral. You know, I know it sounds morbid and, you know, it's not a comfortable thing talking about grief and death and stuff. But if you think about a funeral you've been to and the things that people say, and it just fills you, it's emotional, it makes you cry. We must do that while we're living. What helps for me, I always talk about affirmation music. I listen to a lot of positive affirmation music. If anybody wants music inspiration, come at me. I'm going to give you, it's my love language to send you music. So positive self-talk, number 1. Number 2, self-respect. Respecting yourself and others. Treating yourself with respect. And making sure that other people treat you with respect. If they do not, then it's our responsibility to set boundaries. It is a must. Setting boundaries and sometimes saying no or walking away is an act of self-love. It is a must. It might not feel comfortable, but this is what is going to help us to love and respect ourselves more. You know, if you find you are in any type of relationship, whether not even just relationships, friendships, work connections, that you're not given the self-respect and love that you deserve, you must call it out in a respectful way as well. You know, respecting yourself and positive talk. Number 3, having compassion. It's so easy to be tough on ourselves when we're not doing the things that we want ourselves to do, or we have these certain expectations we set on ourselves and we don't do them. We beat ourselves up. We add pressure. Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, gosh. Or I haven't got the energy to do that now and I feel bad for it. Don't. We've really got to learn to tune in a lot more. And I say this because this was one of my biggest things. I am a very active person, and I'm not just talking physically. My brain is active, and it's always going, and I always want to be doing because I've got passion, I've got purpose, I've got energy. And so the moment when I need to be still, I don't like it. Like when I'm ill, when I'm sick, I don't like it because that means I've got to stop. And I've had to really learn there's power in surrendering. There is power in being still, because sometimes we get knocked down to lay down and just recalibrate and be like, and reset and give yourself time. So that now, if I don't have the energy to get up and train, I'm not going to beat myself up. Now, if I don't have the energy, or if I didn't have the time or the space to tick everything off of my to-do list, because ticking everything off my to-do list is what makes me feel good, right? So if I don't do it, then I don't feel good. But then I can't do everything. So why am I going to beat myself up for that? So, you know, it's having compassion for yourself, being gentle and going with your feelings. If today, focus on your feeling. If today I don't have the capacity to give this much and I can only give this much, know that that's enough and know that that's okay. Because there's going to be days that you can go back to giving this much. But we can't expect to be 100% 365 days of the year. It's impossible. And sometimes I think when you're doing too much, you will get knocked down if you don't stop yourself. For example, it turns to stress, we get ill. And then you have no choice but to be still. And to give yourself that self-soothing, self-love and self-compassion. So when I've been unwell for this last week or so, I pushed through it because I was going, I'm better, and then I wasn't, and I'm better. And I'm like, what's going on? 1 minute I'm all right, and then I'm knocked down again. It was me trying to fight and trying to resist. And then I had to be like, Faye, surrender. So when I surrender, I'm sitting in it. Then things are coming up. Emotions are coming up. Snot is coming up. This is coming up. That is coming up. It's a deep thing. You know, my friend said to me, getting ill sometimes is a spiritual thing. Listen to the signs as well. Everything's coming up. So when it comes up to the surface, I can see what's going on within. I had time. Whereas if I was distracted doing everything that I'm normally doing every day, I wouldn't have time and space to turn in, close down and go inwards. So when I close down and go inwards, I'm seeing what's going on. I see what I need to serve myself with. I see what I need to do. I need to be held. I need to give myself compassion. I need to stop. I need to breathe. I need to give myself time. And now I'm back. So that's what compassion is about. Let me go to comments. Recognize each other. Your body tells you no matter what to rest. We just have to listen to our bodies. Listen, 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 listen. Get out of our head and into our body. Trust me, it is a game changer. I have that lesson. Hi, Miss Lily. I do that now, and it's a game changer. So 1, positive self-talk. 2, respect for yourself and others. 3, compassion. And 4, setting boundaries, as we spoke about. Setting boundaries is an act of love. We must do it. It's a must. Number 5, looking at the benefits of self-love. What are the benefits? Why do we need to love on ourselves? It improves our mental well-being. You know, if we're doing better mentally, we got the capacity to do the things we enjoy and give and work and just do life. The benefits are building our self-confidence. It builds our resilience to things. And as I said, doing the work on ourselves daily, when we do get those obstacles in a way, we can pull on the tools we have. Whereas if we don't do no work on ourselves, that's why people break down. That's why we have breakdowns, and that's why, because we're not doing the work. And, you know, in saying that, even when you do the work, those breakdowns will still happen. I'm not saying that, but you're able to work through them better, if that makes sense. So, yeah, it builds strength and resilience. Number 6, working on self-love. It's an inspiration to others. It's good. It's good to show that to others, because there's people around us that may be struggling with loving on themselves. And I always think about, even though I'm not a mother, I haven't got children, I like to be an example. I'm still thinking about younger people. I'm still thinking about the next generation, people who may be watching. I've got a platform. We've got a World Wide Web. There's people watching what we do, and I want to be a positive influence to people. So if I'm showing, you know, if I'm building up my tools to have self-love, self-belief, self-confidence, that rubs off out into the world. You know, imagine if everyone in the world was negative, negative, negative. It's like a lurgy. It spreads. So working on ourselves, building our self-love, building, you know, our resilience, being positive and doing all this work, I do it in order to give out to the world. That's what I do it for. I'm here on purpose. Do you know what I mean? I'm a vessel put on here to be of service of others and to have a positive impact on the world. It's a bigger picture. It's not, this self-love is not selfish. It's not for me. Yeah, it benefits me totally, definitely, to live a comfortable, happier life with ease. But I work on myself so I can be an asset to the world. There is a lot of negative, terrible things happening in this world. There's a lot of, you know, unhealed, broken people that are projecting and doing evil things in this world. So it's my mission to do better and be better and be an inspiration, be an influence to others, and have this knock-on effect. This is what these Mind Fit talks are about. This is what the retreats that I want to do are about. It's what the events I do about. It's for a bigger picture. So my last thing is to inspire others. And if your parents, teach your children. I don't like saying that. I'm like, if you're a parent, teach your children. I don't like telling people what to do. But, you know, it's positive to be an influence to your children. Show, if they're looking at you, if you children are so intuitive. They will see if you don't love on yourself. You can pretend all you want. They can see right through that. We must practice that self-love, because we'll be the first one to tell our children, no, love yourself. You're beautiful as you are. But we're not telling ourselves. No, we got to do that for ourselves. It's like the whole thing about if you're on a plane crash, put on your gas mask first before you put it on for someone, even if it is your child. You know, do it for you first. Be that inspiration, be that influence, be that positive influence. So just to recap, self-love is having self-respect, self-knowing our worth, and accepting ourselves without judgment from ourselves, and filling our cup so that we can be of service to others. Boy, am I glad I follow you. Thank you. That means a lot. 6 tips to help us with self-love, or tools for self-love. Number 1, positive self-talk. Number 2, respect yourself and make sure we have respect from others. 3, having compassion for ourselves, surrendering sometimes and giving ourselves that love. And that can mean different things for people. Number 4, setting those boundaries. It is an act of self-love. Number 5, understanding the benefits, you know, how it will help us mentally and physically. Everything has a knock-on effect. And number 6, to inspire others.